Are tracking Hurricane Nicole as it nears landfall on Florida's Treasure Coast, bringing damaging winds and dangerous storm surge.
And residents in Vero Beach and the Fort Pierce areas bracing for a possible direct hit as overnight conditions take a turn for the worse.
Parts of South Florida already dealing with some flooding from the storm, coupled with king tides.
And Lake Worth here pounding waves knocked over a lifeguard station before ripping it apart.
Rough waters also breaking through the seawall at a Daytona Beach condominium, damaging the pool area.
And the hurricane made landfall twice in the Bahamas. Video shows the severe flooding on the Abaco Islands.
Tonight, parts of Broward are under a tropical storm warning.
And we have a team of reporters spread out up and down the coast, bringing us live coverage on the conditions at this hour.
Your Weather Authority team also has complete coverage. Hurricane specialist and storm surge expert Michael Lowry is standing by. And we begin with our chief certified meteorologist, Betty Davis.
Hurricane Nicole is getting closer and closer to the east coast of Florida tonight, headed for that landfall. As of 11 p.m., it is 50 miles northeast of West Palm Beach, Florida. Maximum sustained winds of 75 miles per hour. Large circulation center. It is moving west-northwest at 13 miles per hour, set to make that landfall overnight. And based on this forecast track, it would make that landfall somewhere in the vicinity of Fort Pierce, Florida. But before the core even moves ashore, we've got those rain bands working in, lashing and lashing and whipping and far reaching, far beyond this cone, if you will. We're experiencing the impacts along eastern areas of Florida. Winds gusting to tropical storm force right now all the way up toward Melbourne. Notice the winds gusting to 45 miles per hour. And then we follow those gusty winds down toward Fort Pierce, even into West Palm Beach so far this evening. We have had winds gusting tropical storm force, and near Broward, we still have the potential for that, especially as we're getting into some of the gusty rain bands that are whipping through the northern part of that county. For now, Fort Lauderdale, a west wind gusting to 30 miles per hour or 31 miles per hour. And those rain bands, by the way, are delivering some heavy rainfall, and some of that rainfall whipping on over toward the interior, covering up Lake Okeechobee, and then stretching back toward this northern part of Broward and southern Palm Beach County into some pretty intense rainfall at this moment. So this is where the trouble will be as the system comes crashing ashore tonight. Here is the full forecast cone from the National Hurricane Center. Now, by tomorrow, we'll say mid-morning, it'll be working over toward the other side of the peninsula by tomorrow evening as a tropical storm moving in toward the Big Bend for another landfall, and then working its way up and weakening along the way into the southeast. I do want to bring in our hurricane specialist and storm surge expert now, Michael Lowry. Michael, the other thing that has really been eye-catching tonight and giving me some moments of wow, that coastal flooding.
Good evening, Betty. It has been, and I'll tell you what, the tide gauge, there's a tide gauge in Fort Lauderdale whose records go back to 1973. 1973. Think about all of the hurricanes, all the storms that have come by in Broward County, and the highest storm tide, the highest coastal flooding that we've observed there going back to 1973. Wow. Really impressive. Let's talk about the storm tide here for a minute. In terms of the tide, we hit our high tide here at around 9:30. That's when the highest flooding was happening in parts of Broward and Miami-Dade counties. Moderate flooding for the most part, but still pretty extensive, especially along the coast when the water is kind of crashing along the shore and running up the coastline. That is worsening the flooding. You can see right now, we are starting to go into the low tide. So the water levels are going to be falling, but gradually so. This is not something that's just going to tidy up here in the next few hours. We're going to be dealing with this lingering flooding at the coast as we go into the overnight hours. Those winds, even though they're strong with the tides going out, that should hopefully help to clear things out at the coast. But my goodness, this has been quite a coastal event. I want to talk a little bit about the metamorphosis, if you will, of this hurricane. This is actually, for it not being a very strong hurricane in terms of the magnitude of the strongest winds, it's a large hurricane. And that's an important point to the story. The radius of maximum winds extend out about 40 miles from the center. That's about twice what an average hurricane typically sees. And the bigger the storm, typically the bigger the coastal impacts. And that's why we've seen the type of water that we have along the coast. I haven't even talked about what's happening farther up the coast. I'm just talking about our immediate area. Here are some of the wind reports that we're seeing right now. The radar showing the center right here, not too far off the coast. We had gusts earlier in Freeport to 60 miles per hour. The main concern here is these bands, these very strong convective bands on the western edge, because in those we have very gusty winds, and it effectively works down to the surface in these convective bands versus the sort of shallower convection. The winds kind of stay up higher. So that's why we're seeing some pretty strong winds there in Vero Beach. We're going to see some the potential here as you see this band here kind of sliding down into Broward County. We're going to probably see those wind gusts tick up a little bit here in Fort Lauderdale. The highest rain total should stay to our north, but we got to watch for those bottom bands, if you will, for the potential for some localized flooding. Let's time this out for you right now. Strong winds moving onshore. As Betty said, this is probably going to come ashore and make landfall sometime between the midnight and say 3 a.m. hours. The models kind of differ a little bit on where this comes ashore. Some of them having this come ashore in St. Lucie County, maybe closer to Stewart. Others having it up in Brevard County. If it did come and make landfall into Brevard County, closer to Melbourne, that time frame would be closer to maybe 3 a.m. or 4 a.m. So still yet to be seen when this comes ashore. But nevertheless, the good point of this story for us, if you look at the winds, as we time this out, kind of keep your eye here on South Florida, you can see that the winds are lightening up as we get into Thursday morning. This is going to be booking across the peninsula pretty quickly. It's going to be caught up by a front and moving north very quickly. And then by the time we get into the evening hours tomorrow, you can see winds really starting to relax. Now, the waters are still going to be pretty choppy, not something we're going to want to go into the water, certainly on Friday even, because of those dangerous, even life-threatening rip currents. All right, if this does come ashore as a hurricane, as we expect it to, as it's forecast to here in the coming hours, it would be the first hurricane to strike the peninsula in November since the so-called Yankee hurricane in 1935. So you got to go back 87 years to see a hurricane hit the Florida peninsula like this when Hurricane Kate came ashore in the panhandle of Florida back in 1985. Very strong November hurricane. But nevertheless, these are all of the hurricane landfalls in Florida in November. That's it for the entire United States, not just Florida. So this one, very historic event, something certainly we don't see every year, but hopefully by the weekend, things start clearing out.